Welcome to April in Minnesota. We have April 13th. I don't know if you can see the snow coming down, but this is the reason why we can have a video regarding the Big Jack wood burning furnace. You can kind of see the chimney cap up there. That is an Artis wind directional cap, and what that does is it spins with the direction of the wind. And the Big Jack has been burning for a little over an hour right now, and you can probably see that there isn't a whole lot of smoke coming out the chimney. It does burn pretty clean and efficient if you are using wood that has less than 20% moisture content. I religiously get between 8 and 10 hours of burn time with the Big Jack wood burning furnace. We're coming into my garage right now, which I do put a vent, and it is code in Minnesota, and that's the vent right there, that if you dump a vent into an existing structure, you can do so if it is attached, as long as that can close. And all that is a standard dryer vent that can close when the fan shuts off, and that way any fumes cannot come back into the house from the garage. It is a 3-stall attached garage. It's quite a large area, as well as the house itself is 2,340 square feet, built in 1903. We're coming through the front door, and there's the Big Jack wood burning furnace right there. This one is in a downflow situation, so in this case you need a safety heat dump, which in the case of a power outage, it will open up at a certain degree and allow heat into the room rather than just because it can't rise naturally. What we're looking at right here is, by code, there's a need for makeup air, and it's been heating code since the late 70s. You need to replace air that is being sucked out of the house by the chimney, the combustion air, as well as your bathroom, kitchen fans, and all kinds of other stuff. Now, this house was built in 1903, and so a lot of times people will say, well, I don't really need that because my house is not airtight. Well, I didn't think that I did either until when it got to be 40 degrees outside, it would not properly burn. And so just as an example, we're going to put that over the top. And I don't know that you can see that, but it does say that we are replacing 338, and it fluctuates a little bit depending on the outside temperature, feet per minute of air that's being sucked out by the chimney in anything else. Now, that's air that's not having to be sucked through things like windowsills, door frames, etc., etc. The next thing we're going to take a look at is the barometric draft regulator. And what that does is it allows the chimney to vent as it wants to, and I'm going to try to show you as best I can. That opens up and allows air in out of the room through that flap, instead of having to suck it through the firebox, burning wood unnecessarily and lowering the efficiency. And I don't know, what we have right there is a probe style thermometer going into the chimney. I don't know if you'll be able to see this either, but that's 177, 202, 210, and it fluctuates with the wind and everything else outside. And on a windy day, anybody that's burned wood knows that their fire just doesn't seem to last as long, and you're not getting as much out of it. It's very uncontrollable. In this case, this allows for control of the fire during windy conditions. And right now we're pretty much holding steady about 169 feet per minute, 177, someplace in there, that's being drawn in through the draft regulator instead of through the firebox. That also dilutes the acidity of the smoke going up the chimney and allows things to be burn a lot cleaner. I have two 45-degree angles instead of 90-degree angles, and that also increases the draw, and it's able to burn a lot more cleaner because it doesn't have the 90-degree angle to have stuff build up in. Another good thing about makeup air is that when the furnace is burning, you open the door and you get a back puff. Now, this one was built in 2010, so it's a little older model. The newer ones have a secondary latch, so when you click up the handle, it will enable you to open the door a little bit while it's still latched. This one does not have that because it is an older unit. And you can open up the fire door, see the wood burning in there, and there is no smoke coming back into my house or into my face right now. On the inside of the door panel, there's very little buildup. If you begin to notice buildup when you're using the unit, you know that you need to start burning it a little hotter, using smaller fires and maybe building them a little more frequently. Fan limit control kicks the fan in and out. When the temperature inside of the box reaches 150 degrees, it'll kick the fan on. It'll kick out when the fan goes, or when the temperature goes below 130 degrees or wherever it's set. The vents, I'm going to show you an example of standard floor register. The fans are very capable on the Big Jack, and the same fan is used on the Super Jack as well, and we're going to wait for the fan to kick back on. It blows. There are 5 registers in the downstairs of this house, and there is a main register up in the hallway, as well as the one that's blowing out into the garage. So, and then temperatures, typically when the gas furnace is running, you'll see temperatures, air temperatures coming out the vent at approximately 95 degrees. And what we're going to notice here is that, and this is divided out between all the registers, we've got about 600 feet per minute. We're looking at 102 degrees coming out the vents, and it is climbing up. We've got 103.5, 104. So you've got a good, dry, nice heat coming out the vents. And it blows just like a standard forced air furnace versus the ones with the smaller fans. We're going to take a walk to the back of the house now, kind of like a walk back in time. We're remodeling slowly. We're going to go back to the farthest room at the farthest point, away from the furnace on the main level. And you can see that that fan is capable of maintaining the pressure throughout the entire ductwork system. And we're still, and it is climbing a little bit, but we're going to be up over 100 degrees coming out the register back here as well. So, any questions or anything, my only advice is to set the unit up according to the owner's manual, and don't skip any steps. If steps are skipped, it won't work as it's really supposed to do. And give UConn a call if you have any questions, because this is honestly the most efficient furnace I've ever owned. Have a good day.